All right, good morning guys. I'm gonna go over some stuff for today's workout, for the CrossFit workout. It's 3 exercises. We have the assault bike, we have chest to bar pull-ups, and then we have box jumps. It's a descending rep scheme. And I'm gonna go over some stuff to kind of help preserve the stimulus, whether or not you have the equipment, or you're working with nothing at all or anything in between. So we have, to start off with the assault bike, it's kind of a high-powered output. They call it monostructural exercise, so it's kind of cyclic. So it would be the running, jump roping, even air squats to a certain extent. You guys can substitute that in there. For our pull-ups, we have a gymnastics exercise. It's relatively higher strength for most of us because it requires us to touch our chest to the pull-up bar. And then a box jump is technically, by our standards, gymnastics, but it's more of a plyometric, so there's kind of an explosive component to it. So first thing we need to do is we need to warm you guys up. So some of the general warm-ups that I like to do is run or walk. You just want to get your body like warm. You should be sweating, that's why they call it warm-up, actually get warm. So I like to just walk around or actually just start my like world's greatest stretch. If you can, go outside, go for a walk, go for a little jog, and then just start moving around. So one thing I like to do, you don't need a ton of space, I used to do this in my apartment, is that I'll set a clock. So I'll do 2 minutes of a world's greatest stretch. It looks like this, we've done it in class. But here's the deal with it. You wanna be pretty mindful of what you're trying to do here. So if I'm warming up my quads or I'm trying to work like a squat, like I kind of said, if I go to the side, I'm gonna kind of simulate my squat, right? So my hip is just a little bit lower than my knee. Now when I squat, I also wanna stay tight. So I'm gonna squeeze my butt, I'm gonna get really tight through the middle, and then I'm gonna press my hips forward. If I'm not tight, I can get a deeper stretch, but this is not particularly the position that I'm trying to get warm. So I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna work my elbow down. I'll show you on this side. Some days I can get all the way down, others I can't. You're just gonna listen to your body. Again, stay relatively tight. And you're gonna open up the upper back. So to do that, I'm gonna hold my foot down. I'm gonna open up as much as I can without hurting myself. I'm gonna open up the other way. Both hands go on either side. I'm going to attempt to straighten out my hamstring. Now I'll do that for like 2 minutes. I can usually get about 10 per side. If you get bored or you have a little exercise ADD, some other things you can do are just standing quad stretches where you grab your foot, pull your heel to your butt. When you do those, again, you want to keep your ribs kind of pulled down so everything's abs. You can also take a little step forward, shove your hips back. When you do that, you want to make sure that your back is nice and tight. You actually get a little stretch in that hamstring. The other ones I like, you don't need a ton of room for. Grab a door handle. You can do some swings, front to back, side to side. For the jumps, we have 2 calf muscles, two calf muscles that we're trying to stretch. One stretches with a straight leg, and one stretches with a bent leg. These are some stuff I like to do in class all the time. Those ankles get a little junky. So toe up, everything is squared off. You're gonna pull your hips into the wrap. This should stretch this guy. Some of you guys have really good ankle mobility, so you may not even feel this neck stretch. But like I said, this muscle down here only stretches when your knee is bent. So if I come down back into that lunge, because I'm focused on my ankle, I don't have to pay too much attention to the rest of my body. This heel needs to stay down, and then my knee gets pushed forward. So I talked about you want to make sure that you're working the movement. For us, I like to think of a lot of the stuff as a squat. So there's a corner of your squat. If I show you from the front, that knee needs to go toward the front toe, they should all be front toes, the big toe or your pinky toe. So these are kind of the corners of my squat, and I'm just gonna spend some time here. Some of you may be able to use like a dumbbell or a barbell, or you can just use your own body weight. Now, if your heel lifts up, I'm not really stretching my ankle anymore, I'm just kind of working around what we're not trying to accomplish. So make sure that heel stays down. Once I feel like I'm moving relatively good, then I'm ready to start my workout.